Alright, went in and got me a quick drink of tea. And hopefully you're jumping right in here from my previous video, one I just posted. I got work to do out here, so bad I got work to do out here. Some of this stuff is looking real good. Red cabbage, I might actually get some good red cabbage this year. I'm going to be tickled to death. And I forget what we got here. The Jordan collards. I got some collards. Brussels sprouts. There's only, well, they're all in there. I got to get in there and do some weeding around them. Boy, the weeds have really popped up this go round. Oh, and let me show you something here. Actually going to get some green beans. They're popping up, which tickles me to death. It really tickles me to death because, well, those don't look too good because they're pulling the leaves off of it. This clay is not easy. Oh, I can see them pulling the leaves out. Or something's not coming out very easy. When they go to elbow up, a lot of times the clay and stuff, if it's packed hard or dried hard, it will rip the upper leaves off. Let me get around here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so here's one that has popped up with the leaves, but you can see they're kind of torn. But see, look at this one next to it. There's no leaves on it. Same thing here. No leaves. No leaves on here. Almost look like I got eaten into. This one looks good. This one looks good. So I don't know. I got to do some serious green bean growing this year because I need to save seed on it too. I've dumped up a bunch of seed in that patch over there that did not come up very well because of this cold wetness. Anyway, so I'm going to share with you another thought, another issue, and it kind of stems off of the conversation, this last conversation that Cliff High had about how people start behaving when the dollar collapses, and he did an interesting way of explaining and expressing that and how people behave, and I'm experiencing it myself in a certain way, and I want to share that with you with some other added observations. I can't wait to get back on the mill. Start making some boards out of these. Yeah, I can't wait. Got a lot of work to do, but boy, is it wet out. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm going to make some comments, and then, you know, because I have dealt with a lot of you personally, face to face, on the phone and whatnot, I draw my experiences from my interactions, and quite frankly, I discuss that quite a bit in the videos because that's what I'm learning from. I'm learning from our interactions. So, for those who are directly working with me on any particular topic, don't take what I'm discussing as a personal, as being personal against you. It has to do with me self-reflecting and discussing the experiences that I'm having and how I'm dealing with them. So, you know, be careful. No egos, please, because it's not about you. This is about me and how humanity's acting and behaving, and how I plan to respond to it based on how I feel about things. So keep that in mind as we discuss things, because I'm going to make a across the board statement, and that does not mean that it affects everyone the same way, and you might be over presumptuous if you were to think that it was about you. So I want to premise this whole conversation with something that I've been wanting, because I know what has value and what doesn't. Okay, I do. I know what really has value. And this is the point that a lot of people don't understand about the financial system. I'll walk back around this way. What people don't understand about the financial system, the money system, and what it really, really boils down to, in reality, is not money. You've been, even with a collapsing monetary system, it's not about the money, and you don't, most of you don't get that. Most of you don't understand that this has, the control of the money system is not about control of money. It's about control of you and your labor, and how much we can devalue your labor. All right, so on my channel, I've talked a lot about community, family, coming together, and working together to get these things done right here. This, all of this. This needs to be a community project. It has to be. It has to be. Dealing with all of this has to be a community or family project where more than one person does the work. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why. I mean, all you got to do is sit down and think about it for a little bit. But I could go on to example after example after example. And you should be able to figure it out. It takes too much work. There's too much work here for us to enjoy the varieties of life. It's more work than one person or two people can do. And I know the value of people working together. I do. Because I know what this is all about. Or I can't go through there. I'll go around. I was going to go down. I'm going to go down this way. Take a walk down here. In the end, if we don't figure out how to come together and work together to give each other our own value, as opposed to using somebody else's controlling mechanism, ergo money, none of this will work. We are truly talking about an extinction level event, because if you can't get off your butt and actually learn something and do something and have skill sets and have real value to you, what are you good for? What can you do? What do you contribute to a community? What do you contribute to the world? How valuable are you? I'm telling you, I believe this very strongly. So on my channel, I have demonstrated many of my skill sets. I have. I share with you, and I like to share that knowledge. Why? Because I want to share the value of wealth. I want to share that wealth with you. Why? Because I want you to live in the abundance that I do. Not the abundance of a controlling mechanism called the dollar, but the abundance of your ability to figure out issues like this. All right, so all these beans that had the primary leaves eaten off, you can see they're starting to come back. I need to check that camera up there and see if any bunnies have been in here, but it doesn't look like it. There's been a challenge growing right here. The mowing down of all of those and those by the bunnies, and the mowing down of these. So, hang on, folks. I ain't even really gotten to the good thoughts yet. I'm just laying the foundation for the real noodle frying thoughts. Fry your noodle, your noggin. Stuff's starting to grow back out here. And piggies really did a number on it. I'd like to get a tiller in here, but, gonna have to wait till the roots rot. Probably just best to let it go to go to a field of some form till all this has a chance to decompose. So, in the end, it's all about what you came here to do. You came here to experience positive and negative, and make a choice between the positive and the negative. I got a marigold right there. What? And some marigolds. That's oh, I forget what I call that. Marigolds here. Got some chamomile down here. I hear you. Meow. Meow. Here I am. You came here to experience positive, negative, and find ways to make this world better. Okay? You didn't come here to ride a free ride and let everybody do something for you and find ways to skim money, as I was talking about in the video yesterday. Skim money off the system so you could buy your way through everything. Okay? You didn't really do that. We all came here to figure it out. And I've been telling you for years that I want a community of strong people. I want people to have strong amounts of knowledge, to be self-sufficient. Look at the water coming through here. To be self-sufficient on their own and not necessarily depend on their neighbors, because then you become a burden to them. I want a community of people who are willing to learn how to take care of themselves. So there is a myriad of folks that I have worked with here in the last few years, and some very currently right now. And those folks have different levels of this condition of, well, yeah, I can learn this, or can I just pay you to do it? Can I just pay you to do it? And we have two factors that are in play that are making things very challenging here for the humans that are very good at certain skill sets. And that is, we are getting, those of us who know how to get things done are getting tired of being bought off for a lesser and lesser amount. Okay? We're getting tired of it. I know, because I know other individuals that are highly skilled, and they're tired of getting talked down. Similar to the discussion I had with the silver dealers, you know, everybody's trying to gain somebody else's labor. That's what it boils down to. You're trying to gain somebody else to do it for you. Think about it, my friends. If you can't do it yourself and you got to go get somebody else to do it, how sustainable are you? I tell you, I have discussions that are very tough. I force you to look into a mirror, and it's not necessarily pleasant to see your own faults. However, we all have them, and this is our journey. And not many people are going to like to listen to this. I understand that. Give me a thumbs down. I don't care. Unsubscribe. I don't care. I'm tired of it. So, we have two factors. We have a population of people who have lost real skill sets. Then we have a situation where the labor for those who do have skill sets are being devalued in such a way that they're getting tired of giving their labor for little to nothing. And some do. Some do. I'm not saying everybody does that, but some do. One of the best and most happiest encounters I've had in the projects that I've done was the job. I won't call it a job. The help that I did with Brenda up in Jersey. That was one of the most positive experiences I've felt in a long time. That was good. She did not know how to do things, but she took things head on and didn't give up. And she succeeded in getting her system together and understanding how things work. I was really happy to see that. And different people are on different levels with that. Not everybody's going to be as strong as each other, but I think we could all strengthen quite a bit. I see, I might walk up. It's raining again. I don't know if you can hear and see it. We'll walk over here and find a dry spot under the barn. So when you combine these factors, for individuals who have the ability to do things, now that'll be a little loud too because of the metal roof. When you have the ability to do things, and you want to help people learn things, but they tell you, I don't want to learn, I just want you to do it so you can take care of it. It doesn't leave you with a good feeling in your stomach when you know what's coming. When you know what's absolutely, a little quieter back here, what absolutely is going to happen in the very near future. Of course, I got that piece of metal roof. Ding, 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 ding. So I struggle with this because I love to give, but I love to give into strength. I love to see and help people grow as I have in my life. I love that. But how do I navigate it in such a way that, I see if I can find the right words for this, because I want people to not have their egos get in the way of things, and that happens. It happens. Ooh, I can smell that cedar. It smells good. I can't wait to get that on the mill. Where do you draw the line in telling somebody no, or making the choice to help them based on their own willingness to help themselves? Now, that's a hard one, because I have a hard time wanting to say no. But there are certain individuals. She's getting loaded up. We're gonna go. She's gonna bake some zucchini bread and some cookies for me. We'll go to our friends and do that. Where do we do that? Where do we stop looking for ways to buy things off and start or buy people off of their labor at a cheaper and cheaper rate? When do we start caring about people that we want to make sure that they are happy on their end of the trade? With the valuations rapidly dissolving in front of our eyes, in other words, the purchasing power of the dollar is going away rapidly. Those who are having to receive dollars for their skill sets and their labor are getting the worst end of this deal. And you're also in that category too. All of you are in that category in some way or another. So when do we say no to the game and say, you know what, let's figure out how we can treat each other the best that we can, instead of trying to game somebody like everybody has been trained. Every one of us has been trained to do that. We have all been trained to game each other. And it's a behavior that we all do. It's one I try very hard not to do. But I get really frustrated when you have a very, very, very simple task and somebody's not willing to learn it and they just want to pay you. But what's your fair price? That kind of bit me a little bit. What's your fair price? I want a fair price. I don't know. What is fair right now? What is fair? I can sit here and do some mathematical numbers that would blow your mind as to what should be fair at an hourly rate for any one of us to be performing a highly skilled service of any kind. $500 an hour? $1,000 an hour. I can make an argument, and a very easy argument, for my time being worth in today's purchasing power. I can make an argument that my time is worth a substantial amount more than it is than you, $500 an hour, $600 an hour, $1,000 an hour, $1,000 an hour, because of the amount of money that's been created, because of what I should be able to exchange my labor value for value for. So this is me looking within and noting what we all are dealing with and trying to figure out how I navigate it. How do I navigate this? When somebody wants to make a exchange for something or have me do something for them, and the type of conversation we have is fraught with uncertainty and not concerned for what do you need, what's in the best interest for you, but how can I get the best deal from you? How can I get you to accept a lower and lower value for your skill set? We're all dealing with these issues, my friends, and it's putting a lot of stress on us. We're the only ones that can fix this shit. And that starts by treating others the way we want to be treated ourselves. It's not an easy thing to do. It is not a skill set that you and I have been taught by our parents. There are a handful of people that I have come across and helped out that really understand this. Most of us are somewhere in the middle. And then there are a few that I've met that really haven't a freaking clue. And those are the ones I think are the most soulless, because they don't give a shit about anyone except for themselves. So there is a variety across the scale, across the board. But my friends, in short, as a creator, as somebody who has knowledge and skill sets, finding a way to feel good with an interaction with somebody else on a barter or trade or something for something that I have is challenged in two ways. One, by what I can get of real value in return, make that 3 ways. Appreciation for that value that I can give, which is kind of the same thing. And willingness or lack of willingness to actually gain in the other person's wisdom and skill sets. It's not easy. It really isn't easy to deal with this. More rain. So y'all let me know what you think. I know this is a challenging, very challenging, because it does require us all to look within. I love all of you that I've dealt with and the struggles that you go through, because I go through them as well. We're all in the end of this game that we've all been programmed to play, and we're all trying to navigate how to do it. I'm going to discuss it in a very direct manner so that we can see the core issues that are being dealt with. That's what I do to try and improve my life, and hopefully it'll improve your life, because your interactions will be improved with others, that you can build bonds. A bondage, it's not a good thing or a bad thing, it is just a thing. A bond between other human beings that are strong and loving and caring. So, keep that in mind, friends. In the end of this game, on a spiritual level, we only have each other to work with. We only have each other to work with. How do we treat each other? How do we love and care for each other? Or how do we gain each other? And how we do that on a day-to-day basis might have a lot to do with the karma that we receive as this game ends. Anyway, I know it's a long discussion, but when I'm dealing with people and I get questions asked of me in certain ways, and I hear the programming embedded in those questions, that they don't know, these people that I've talked to don't necessarily understand what they're saying and what it means. They don't understand that you've been programmed to game. That, what's a fair price? You give me a fair price. Oh, what you're really asking me is, how low will I go? You didn't ask me, what do I want? It's the words. Words have their meaning, their vibration, their frequency, and how you use them in arrangement, how you arrange your words, determines the intent of what you really want. And a person, a man or woman who knows how to listen to language, can very quickly determine whether this is a positive deal for both involved or a negative deal for both involved. And the older I get and the more I listen, and the more I really listen, the more I learn about, well, maybe I want to do this, or maybe I don't. Maybe I want to help people because it's fair and they care about me and I care about them, and we really want to make this world a better place together. Or you're just trying to get something as cheap as you can. I will return you to the beginning of this conversation. What I want in this world is a community of people that I am surrounded by that are strong on their own. They have their own wisdom. They have their skill sets and they have their knowledge. They have grown as human beings and they are valuable to have around, because if for some reason there should be a point in time where I need help with something, that maybe I can get some temporary assistance, or vice versa. Well, we have a moment here where we really need to all pitch in together, because we all need to eat, because your garden ain't growing down there and mine is, and you need to eat, and well, can I come help you with yours until I get mine growing? Concepts like that, my friends. Ideas like that. I want your labor, not your money. And I want your labor so that we can experience the world and the issues that we deal with together. Remember that, and I think it's said in the Christian community, a family that works together and plays together, stays together. Do y'all remember that one? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go out and work together, then let's go play together, and then let's go sup together, and let's be a family. That's what I want. I want the real stuff, not the intermediary. Well, put this in my hand and I'll put this in your hand and there's no connection between us. The money. Yes, we're still living in a world that thinks in money, but I think in labor and kisses and snuggles from kitties. Deep thoughts for you, my friends. Now that I got that off of my chest, I'm going to let you go, and y'all be in care, take care. Ooh, that limb is really laying over. I might have to prop them up. Those peaches are getting big. All right, you take care, my friends.